अरिहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाय स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर जोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम दारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम दारी है। नमः समय साराय स्वानुभूत्या चकासते चित स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वभावांतर छिदे. So today we are going to start Samaisar summary, that is from the book आचार्य कुंद और उनके टीकाकार एक समालोचनात्मक अध्ययन. So this is the book that Dr. Shuddhatma Prabhaji Tadeiya, Swanubhutiji's mother, wrote when she was 19-year-old as a book for PhD. She has done PhD on this. Okay. So this is part of that book. So what she had done, for all the 5 parmagams, what she has done is she has taken only the gathas of Kundkund Acharya Dev. Okay. All the 5 parmagams belongs to Kundkund Acharya Dev, and out of these 5 we have 4 in our syllabus here. Okay. Ashtpaud we have already done, and this is Samaisar. Then in the next sem we would be having Niyam Sar, then we will be having Pravachan Sar, and then Panchastika is not here in our syllabus because we have Dravya Sangra. Okay. So since we have already studied Dravya Sangra, so Panchastika and Dravya Sangra, more or less the syllabus is same. So they have skipped Panchastika, otherwise all the 5 would have been there. The idea was the name of the course is Parmagam Honors Course. So we should at least teach Parmagam. But we cannot teach the Parmagam scriptures each as such. So we have included summaries. So these are very short summaries, and but you will know the essence of the whole scripture, because the main gathas, not the main gathas, in fact bearing few gathas, all gathas have been included. Okay. So out of 415 gatha in Samaisar, I think they must have covered around 405 gathas. Okay. So 1 or 2 here and there they have missed out, and I think those that missed out may not be that important. So they might have omitted, or it could have been omitted by mistake. Whatever is the case, I have marked everywhere which is missing. So I will let you know which numbers are missing. And if all of you have taken printouts, then I can also provide you the Gatha numbers also while we study. Okay. So that also would be good for you when you refer to the main scripture. Anyways, we are going to have Samaisar Anushilan part 1 and part 2 over the next 4 sems. Okay. So this sem you have part 1 Gatha number 1 to 25. After we finish this, paper 3 is Samaisar Anushilan itself, and it will have Gatha number 1 to 25. Okay. So that is our syllabus in this sem. Next sem it would be 26 to 49. Okay. And then next semester it would be 69 to 100, and then 101 to 144. So this is how we are going to study Samaisar every sem from now on. And here we are seeing the Samaisar in a summary at a glance, the whole scripture. So our Gandhar Mulyankan will also be given from here. So there are around 9 adhikars or chapters in this. So I will give 1 chapter to it. Okay. And one of them I would give the introduction, but I think we are now 9 only, right? Aditi Shah has dropped. So I think we are 9 only. So 9 chapters. Okay. But I would be giving the first chapter also, which is Purva Rang, which is Gatha number 1 to 38 to somebody. And I will skip one of the chapters. Okay. So anyways, your Gandhar Mulyankan will be from here. I've already given you homework for Viva. I'll be asking 3 questions from Agam Ke Nay. Okay. I'll be asking you easy questions. So just read that chapter. Okay. And
The doubt in that, should we read the entire one or is enough we learn?
yeah, it's a very short one, you know. So you
No,
have to
otherwise we can we reduce it like this. We'll have types of Dravya Tiknai and types of Pariya Tiknai, like that.
you
No.
want to eliminate that types of,
We'll have it, sir.
you will have it, no?
Introduction
So
of Dravya Tiknai, Pariya Tiknai and its types.
yeah, that's all. That is only the syllabus.
Okay, that's the only thing. Because earlier we have a lot of small topics. It is taking me a long time to read that one.
Where
In the initial stage, that is before
in
Pariya.
Viva you are talking about, or
Yeah,
in,
Vaivas. I'm talking about Vaiva.
so in Agam Ke Nay you are talking about, or some other subjects that we studied?
No, and Nai only.
Okay, Nay only. Okay. So I think you should read first to last. Okay.
Okay.
What I could do is I can simplify a bit. There are questions at the end, 10 questions, 11 questions
Yeah,
are there.
yeah.
So you omit the 11th one. So 10 questions are there. You
Okay.
prepare 10 questions. Out
Okay.
of that, I will give 2 questions. Okay.
Yeah, fine, sir. Thank you.
One I will give from my own, which
Yeah.
would be a basic question, but it will test your understanding.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir. Yeah.
So that we can work out. So you have now, I have simplified it. First 10 questions,
Okay.
total 11 questions are given. So out of which first 10 questions you prepare, and I will ask from that only 2 questions and 1 question overall uh, from the same scripture. Okay. So
Thank you.
that is done about Agam Ke Nay. 21 days time I have given. So I think 14th April is the last date. So the moment you prepare, you just give me an intimation and we will do on call question answers. Okay. It could be that simple. So you can prepare tomorrow and give me, and you can also wait up to 14th April. Post 14 April now, these markings are all done automatically by the Moodle system. So if you don't submit within the stipulated time, they will automatically deduct 2 marks. Okay. So far I have never deducted marks because all were struggling to complete the assignments on time. Not all, but few were struggling. So I thought already if I cut 2 more marks, then the results will be more poor. So I never cut the marks, but this time it's going to happen automatically. So be prepared to submit before time. Okay, each and
No, but
every.
this Viva is a oral thing, no? So we can't submit it.
You cannot
What you're
submit
going
it,
to ask
but I
us.
will ask orally once you tell me that I'm prepared.
No, but then we don't have to submit on Moodle, na?
No.
So
You
the
don't have to
marking
submit on Moodle, but they have done some system. I don't know what it is all about, but there was a message in the group
but
that's.
this, because you're going to do orally, so I don't think so. So I think so you will have to submit our marks over there.
Something I have to do. I think that's what they mean. But as far as CC123 is concerned, they will deduct the marks directly. Okay. I think this must be in my hand. So I'll check about it. But anyways, we have to do it before time. So 14th April is the last date.
There are
Now
30 pages total in that
it's very
whole chapter.
small
Yeah.
pages. No,
Yeah.
book itself is very small,
Mm.
you know. So you prepare, no? Practically, if you see that subject, it's going to help us to focus on ourselves.
But actually, it is very nicely.
Yes, it is absolutely nice.
Nice,
That's
very nice.
why I am insisting on this. The terminologies are a bit difficult, But if you understand it, it's
That
all
is
very
also
good.
very easy, Ji. Once we
And-
understand it, whether it is independent or dependent, right?
So you have a group parallel running, you know, so you teach in that group to other students. Okay. So that will also help them to get their doubts solved, you know. Otherwise, I'm always there, but they don't ask me anytime. They only say that everything is going above my head. So how can I make it right? But anyways, you try. It's not that difficult. Only thing is we want everything to be very easy, you know. But now we are in the Sem, so you have to be you have to mature a bit, you know, to tackle these kind of subjects. And Samaisar, of course, is a very interesting subject. But having said that, it is practically very easy compared to Agam Kenai and other subjects. Okay, so you will connect to this is very nicely. Okay, so Samaisar summary, we will see from the textbook itself, page number I think 64. You all have got Hindi editions also, right? Kunkund Acharya or unke Tikakar, blue or red book is there, small book one. So in that book, it is page number 64. Okay, this is only Samaisar. So here page numbers would be different, but in Hindi, it is page number 64. So you can simultaneously read that also. I think that will help you to connect nicely. And this Sunday onwards, we are also starting Samaisar in that happiness course. So there also, it would be a kind of revision for you, not only for this summary part, but the Gatha number 1 to 25. So I am going to cover 1 to 15 Gatha plus the Kalash, both. Okay. So you have that up to 25 Gatha. So 1 to 15 Gatha will also be covered in that syllabus of happiness course. So you can but that will be in Hindi, and here we will be studying in English. That's going to be the difference. Anyways, let's begin. Okay. So Samaisar is a scripture when I think around 1890 to 1900 years, Srimad Rajchandra ji, somebody presented this scripture Samaisar to Srimad Rajchandra ji. And just going through the pages of that scripture, he realized that this is something very unique. This is what I was looking at. So he was so happy with this scripture that he was a businessman of Javeri, you know, he was a Javeri. So he used to deal in gold and diamonds and all. So what he did, he took out a gold mohor, you know, maybe 10 gram or whatever it may be. He gave that present to the person who brought that book. He was so impressed, and then he read it very nicely. Samaisar is, Atma Siddhi is nothing but, you can say mini Samaisar. Okay. So Atma Siddhi written by Srimad Rajchandra ji, lot of pickings from here, Samaisar ji Granth. So that way also, this scripture is very important. Then when this scripture, so what Srimad ji did, he realized that my life is not that strong because he was suffering from tuberculosis. Okay. And his weight, at one time it was around 60 kg and it got reduced to 20-25 kg. So what he did, you know, he told the publisher to print 1000 copies of Samaisar. And that particular news came in Times of India that when the scriptures start picking up, that will be the time of the Prabhavna of Jain Sashan, you know. And he also mentioned that some person by the name of K would be doing that. And exactly around 1935, not 1935 AD, Common Era, but around 1930, Swamiji also got the scriptures from somebody. And the moment he got the scripture, he realized that, oh, this is the Shastra which will make us devoid of body. Ashariri hone ka Shastra hai. And he was also very pleased, and that particular copy was printed by Srimad Rajchandraji. And then those Shastras got picked up. Swamiji taught this Samaysar in the General Assembly 19 times. And each time it took it 1.5 years to complete. 1.5 years to complete the scripture, then again it was repeated. So similarly, 19 times this Samaysar was read in the assembly. Personally, he would have read it many times. Before giving lectures on Samaysar, he personally read it around 10-15 times. Okay. So very important scripture as far as the present era is concerned. And what Swamiji did, he did pravachans on each and every gatha, each and every word. And that's how we are able to understand Samaysar. Otherwise, looking at the direct scriptures, we would not have been able to understand this Samaysar. So Swamiji simplified it for us, explaining each and every word which is there in the gatha, in the commentary, in the kalash, everything. So that makes it very easy, and for that we will always be grateful. Otherwise, the scriptures were already there, but nobody was able to interpret it in the right sense. Okay. So we are all indebted to Swamiji for this. And personally, my interest in spirituality developed through this Samaysar only. Pravachan Ratnakar, part 1 to 11. That is Swamiji's pravachan on Samaysar, 18th time. He has done 19th time. So 18th time, I got it in my hand and I realized that, oh, this is very interesting. And I bought the 11 part together, and in those days it was costing something 125 or something. But there was a discount going on in Javeri Bazaar, Bombay, Javeri Bazaar, there is a temple. There the discount was going on and the amount worked out to 84 rupees. And when I saw that amount was 84 rupees, then I thought that this is the scripture that will free us from this 84 lakh species. That's why it was costing 84 rupees. So it was all a coincidences, but I made it like that. So I also was very pleased by reading this one by one part, and it was like a never ending story. Like during our young years, we used to read novels, that James Hadley Chase and Enid Blyton, and so those scriptures, once we pick up, we don't leave it only, right? Similarly, this was similar experience that I kept on reading it, and I went deeper into it, and I finished at one go. And by the time the 11th part was going on, I got in touch with Pandit Sumat Prakashji, and then I realized that there is so much of difference between Svetambar and Digambar. I was reading this 1 to 10 part, but never it's mentioned that Svetambar is this like this and Digambar Pratima is like this. I never realized those things. I was reading Samaysar and still I was going to a Svetambar Derasa. I didn't knew the difference, right? Because in pravachans, they don't say such things, right? So I was reading the pravachans. But then when I got in touch with Panditji, Sumat Prakashji, then we all converted into Digambar. And from that day to today, it has been 26 years. I have been going for Abhishek every day. This is something I have maintained. And Chovyar, of course, I started quite long ago, 2 years before that. And that also, it has been continuously, I am following it up. So because of this only, I retired. I thought that I will do some of the translations in English. But when I started doing it, I found it very difficult. So then I thought that first I will read myself thoroughly. I will understand myself, then I would explain in English. and that's how it's going to happen. So, but in between the Parmagam honors came and I got busy 10 years. 2016 it started and today we are into 2026. So all these years I have been very busy. I was teaching 5 batches simultaneously. Right now also I am having 3 batches. But now I have put a stop to Parmagam honors. I'm going to complete these batches only. And then, of course, I would be doing something in English. Right now, I'm starting this happiness course in English. And then maybe Samaisar also I can start in English. Depends how it goes. So this Samaisar is a very interesting topic. I think everyone would like it. Nobody can say me that this is something I'm not understanding and this is something I'm not connecting to. I don't think so. But be alert and understand, and wherever you don't understand, you ask me. Okay. Language would be a bit problem, but I've done the corrections. I will be telling you the corrections also, but more or less it has been done nicely. Bearing some points, it's all very good. Okay. In this, so we'll start from the beginning itself. First few pages are introduction only, and verse number 1 starts after 1.5 page. Okay. So we will read the everything very minutely and in detail, and I will explain you. We don't mind taking more time, but this has to be understood in the right sense. Okay. So we begin from Rajeshri ji, you read. This not this. You go to page number, I think, further. This is the English editor's desk.
Page 1.
Yeah, this is all about diacritics.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Everyone has taken a printout?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine.
Samaisar.
Darshit,
Yeah,
you
I
also
have.
take out a printout, okay?
I've
You may
already
be.
got a printout. I've got a printout.
Oh,
Thanks.
great. Okay.
In the Supreme Scripture, Samaisar, authored by the self-realized saint Acharya Kunkunda, the 9 fundamental principles, Nav Tattva, are discussed from the perspective of pure viewpoint and is evident from the titles of the chapters. Divided into 9 chapters and composed in 415 verses, the main objective of this scripture is to facilitate the recognition of the true nature of the self. Referring to the primary subject matter of the text, the Acharya himself says, I will unfold the indivisible and distinct soul through my spiritual glory. It is clear that the fundamental subject matter of this scripture is recognition of the pure soul, which is self-contained and eternally apart from all that is not itself. To fulfill this purpose, various topics have been included in this text. The composition of this scripture was done for detail-oriented distinguished disciples, as is clear from the following statement of Acharya Sen. Now focusing on the elucidation of the pure supreme soul element, Sri Kunda Acharya Samaisar Prabhat scripture has been created for the guidance of these disciples who are deeply interested in understanding this subject in detail. While explaining the derivation of the name of this scripture, Acharya Sen clarifies the intended subject matter in the following manner. One who has the right knowledge is self, or samay, refers to an unified movement in a singular form. Prabhat signifies essence, and essence refers to the pure state. Thus, the pure state of the soul is called Samya Prabhat, attains unity with its inherent attributes and modes, or soul, Samay, itself is a pure state. Hence, Samay Prabhat or Samay Prabhat can be understood as that which is excellently filled with from all sides with supreme qualities, with comprehensive descriptions of all elements, free from contradiction between former and latter. It signifies a scripture in which the exposition of substances is free from contradiction and has a comprehensive description. In this scripture, Samay refers to the soul or the comprehensive description of all the substances, and that is Samay Prabhat. Acharya
Stop. So it is Samay Prabhut. Okay. Samay Prabhut. Samay Prabhut. Okay. Prabhut means Granth. Okay. So we have Prabhut's 5 meanings that we are coming on to. First, let me go to the first paragraph. So this particular scripture has been written by Kunkund Acharya Dev in the 1st century of Common Era. So that is 2000 years ago. Okay. And there is a story about Kunkund Acharya Dev. In his previous birth, Kunkund Acharya Dev, there are 2 stories to it. One story is that he was a fellow who looks after the cow, you know. And one day, while he was in the forest, he saw that all the trees have burnt because of fire. Only one tree has not burnt. And he went near to that tree and he saw a scripture over there of the top of the tree. So he thought that this must be very pious thing. That's why it has not burnt, and all other trees have burnt. So he took that scripture and took it his home. He was staying at his master's home, and then he came in touch with a monk. He saw a monk, and he thought that this scripture is fit for that monk only. So the scripture that he has preserved at his home, he took it and gave it to the monk. And because of that, he expired after that immediately, and he got birth. He got birth as a Kunkund Acharya Dev, and that's how the story goes. And another story is that he got birth in that master's place only. Okay. Whatever the case, he went on to become Kunkund Acharya Dev, and he wrote this 5 Parmagams. And there is a story again about writing these Parmagams. Before that, Kunkund Acharya Dev, he was of course a saint, naked, omniscient, naked saint. So he had some special qualities in him because of his meditation and the penance that he was doing. He acquired some extra special powers, and through that power he was able to go to Mahavidya Kshetra. Okay. So we are in now Bharat Kshetra here. Okay. So from here, so the place where he went to Mahavidya Kshetra is near Chennai, Ponnur Malai. You must have gone, right? Everyone has gone Ponnur Malai?
No, sir.
Subhaji?
No.
Subhaji must have gone. Sasikala ji would have
yes,
gone.
we have gone there several times. See.
Several times. And Sasikala ji is there?
She might have also gone several times.
Okay. So all Chennai people must have gone there. But it's a very famous pilgrim place right now. So the place from where he went to Mahavidya Kshetra, that is there. And he was born also in a town near that only. So we also went to Ponnur Malai. I stayed there for 1 month with Pandit Sumat Prakash ji in 2012. I retired in 2011, and in January, I retired in November, and in January I was there for 1 month, Ponnur Malai. And we enjoyed. We used to go every day mountain. The mountain is at a very less height, maybe half an hour you can climb that mountain. It's not very steep like Samet Sikharji. So we used to go every day, and such a nice place. And we also went to that place where Kunkund Acharya was born. And this is the place from where he went to Mahavidya Kshetra. So Mahavidya Kshetra is another continent, and there Simandar Paramatma was there. Okay, Tirthankar, as a Tirthankar. There are always 20 Tirthankars over there. So one of the Tirthankars was Simandar Swami. Okay, so he went there and clarified his doubts in the Divya Dvani. His doubts were clarified, and then he came back to India, Bharat Kshetra, and wrote these Parmagam scriptures. Started with Pravachansar, then Samaysar, then Niyamsar. Niyamsar is one scripture which Acharya Kunkundev has written for his own sadhana, for his own discipline, right? But Samaysar and Pravachansar, then Panchastikai and Ashtpaud. So I think Ashtpaud we already had it, right? Remember? So that is also written by Kunkunda Acharya Dev. So this is the story how he went to Mahavidya Kshetra. There is no doubt about that because he had some special powers. And there he had a discussions. He was there for 7 days over there. And then he came here back and wrote the scriptures. And at that time, Jainism was on the verge of extinction. And because Kunkunda Acharya Dev went there and wrote the scriptures, so it got a new life, you know. So that's why he is also called Kalikal Sarvagna. Okay. So omniscient in the Kalikal is what? Bad times, you know, deteriorating time, you know. So he was called Kalikal Sarvagna. He was named like that. And because Kunkundarja wrote these scriptures, he is that is also called Ditya second Shrutskand. Okay. So first Shrutskand was about Shatkhandagam and other scriptures written at that point of time. But those were all Karna Niyog books. This is all about Dravya Niyog. Okay. Dravya Niyog and purely spiritual books. Adhyatam. Okay. Where everywhere soul has been glorified, soul has been magnified, soul has been made the focus. Okay. So Samaysar is such scripture where soul has been the focus. So in this supreme scripture, Samaysar, authored by the self-said style, that's it. You just bring it down because mine version is a bit different from yours. Down.
I have two doubts. Sorry for interpreting.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
is all the Tirthankas in Mahavidya Kshetra,
At the beginning.
they are called as Simandar Swami.
No. The different names are there.
They are also having different names.
Different names. But
Okay.
thing is that at any point of time, there would be minimum 20.
20, yeah.
And maximum it could be 170, I think. Okay. So 20 are always there. So yeah. So in this scripture, Samaysar, authored by the self-realized saint Acharya Kunkun, the 9 fundamental principles. Okay, so we are again studying 7 fundamentals. Where we have studied 7 fundamentals in Vitrag Vigyan 1, 2, 3, then in Tattva Gyan, then in Chaydala, then in Dravya Sangra, then in Moksha Marg Prakashak. Okay, and then one more, and Tattvar Sutra also was about 7 fundamentals. And here in Samaysar also we are studying 7 fundamentals only, but in a different manner. Okay, so 7 plus 2 has come from merits and demerits. Okay, merits and demerits are part of influx and bondage. Okay, but here it has been shown separate. Why separately it has been shown? Because people from time immemorial have a tendency to believe merits as true religion. Okay, to negate that, Punya Pap Adhikar, a special new chapter has been created by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev and of course Kunkunda Acharya Dev also. And this is a very well part of that main scripture Samaysar. Okay, so that people don't fall into the trap that punya means dharma. Okay, dharma is always vitrakta, passionlessness. Okay, punya is a cause of bondage. It's a cause of auspicious bondage. Okay, and pap is a cause of inauspicious bondage. But nevertheless, you are binding new karmas, you are increasing your worldly existence. Okay, you are not doing any stoppage, you are not doing any dissociation. Okay, whereas true religion is a cause of stoppage and dissociation of karmas. Okay, so 9 fundamental principles. The 9 fundamental principles, now tattva, are discussed from the perspective of pure viewpoint. Pure viewpoint is Shuddha Nay. So among the 8 Nay, which is the supreme one?
Nirjara.
8 viewpoints. 4
Sorry,
Nischay and
sorry.
4 Vyavhar, not the Agam ke Nay, but the Adhyatam ke Nay that we studied earlier. Okay, 4 Vyavhar Nay and 4
Param Shuddha nahi.
Yes, Param Shuddha Nischay Nay is what is meant by Shuddha Nay. Param Shuddha Nischay Nay is, in short, in Samaisar it is written at Shuddha Nay. That means supreme point of view. Okay, Param Shuddha, supreme pure point of view. Supreme pure point of view is Param Shuddha Nay, number 8. Okay, so that is what is being defined here. In Agam ke Nay also we were defining pure soul. Here also we are defining pure soul. Okay, so this pure soul part is going to come into focus so much over the next 2 semesters that by the end of the 5th semester you will be all in a position to realize yourself. Okay, so if you study properly, that will automatically be a byproduct. Okay, not the main product. Main product is our decision making on the things that we read. Okay, so once you make a decision, it remains with you all the time, and that's going to carry forward in your next birth also. Okay, so we are in very exciting phase of our transmigratory journey. Okay, we have been transmigrating from time immemorial. Okay, there was no you can say stoppage or nothing like that, but right now we are in a very good position to break that cycle of birth and death. If you understand Samay Sar, you will understand that. Samay Sar, Samay means Shuddh Atma. Okay, Samay means pure soul. Okay, and Sar means essence. Okay, so Samay Sar means pure soul. The 9 fundamentals from the perspective of pure viewpoint. Shuddha Nay. Shuddha Nay means Param Shuddha Nischay Nay. Now you go and revise once more. Param Shuddha Nischay Nay. Okay, because we will be practicing those 8 Nays in Samaisar quite often. Okay, over the next 2 years, as is evident from the titles of the chapters. So each chapter, like Jiva Ajivadikar, soul and non-soul elements. Okay, then there is Punya Pap Adhikar. Then there is stoppage, influx and bondage chapter. Then there is a stoppage chapter. Then there is a dissociation chapter, and then liberation chapter. So all you can see is the 9 chapters are named after 9 fundamental elements. Of course, there are 2 extra chapters over there, and those are Karta Karma Adhikar and the Sarva Vishuddhyan Adhikar. Okay, that we will discuss later on, because soul and non-soul have been clubbed. So it is only one. Okay, divided into 9 chapters and composed in 415 verses, Gatha. The main objective of these scriptures is to facilitate the recognition of the true nature of the self. What is the purpose? Main objective of this scripture is to facilitate the recognition of the true nature of the self. We, from time immemorial, we never developed interest in recognizing our true self. Okay, and here now we are understanding what is the true nature of myself, whether I'm a doer or a knower, right? So we have been believing ourselves to be a doer, but when we analyze things, we realize that no, nothing is in my hand. You take the principle of sequence bound modification, Krambat Paryay, okay? Or you can take Nimit Upadan, or you can take Gyan Gne, right? All the chapters, the independence of substance, attributes and modification, the 7 fundamentals, everything takes us to this, the recognition of the true nature of the self, okay? Referring to the primary subject matter of the text, the Acharya himself says, what he says, tam eya vittham daheham appano savihena. I will unfold, or I will show, I will unfold the indivisible, okay? Indivisible and distinct soul. So indivisible is ekatva and distinct means vibhaktva, okay? It's written in the back bracket. Ekatva vibhakta atma, indivisible and distinct soul. Through my own spiritual glory. So my question, what is the spiritual glory of Kundkund Acharya Dev? Can anyone? Open to all. I will unfold the indivisible and distinct soul, okay, through my own spiritual glory. So what is the glory of Kundkund Acharya Dev?
The glory would be to attain becoming Asharji.
But he has not become a Sariri now, right? He is a monk.
Involving in itself.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Try. Then you will understand better. Whatever comes to your mind, you just try. Rajeshri ji, what is the spiritual glory?
Recognizing the Atma.
Oh, very good. Anyone else?
Process of self-realization.
Yes, very good. Okay. Anyone else wants to try? Okay. So, Kundkund Acharya's own spiritual glory is the manifestation of the purity of the attributes. We have infinite attributes. Each soul has infinite attributes. So, Acharyas have manifested those attributes as pure attributes. Okay. From time immemorial, all the impurities was manifesting, right? But Acharya stopped that process and started manifesting the purity of the attributes. And that purity keeps on increasing. So that is the spiritual glory of Kundkund Acharya Dev. So he is also advising us that you also unfold this glory in yourself. Okay, so that is the message here. I will unfold the indivisible and distinct soul through my own spiritual glory. And if I do that, then you make it your part by realizing it. That means we have also to manifest our internal purity. The soul has been pure since time immemorial, but we never experienced it. Okay, so when we experience it, that is the time we manifest the purity. Okay, so all answers were very good and creative, but this is what it means. It is clear that the fundamental subject matter of this scripture is recognition of the pure soul. Recognition, okay? So where you will recognize this pure soul? In the body or in the external substances, in the temple or in the Tirth Kshetra? Where you have to recognize your own soul? What is the
Within
place?
yourself.
Pardon?
Within yourself.
Within yourself. Okay.
Through dhyan.
Okay, through meditation. Okay. So that soul is available all the time in the present modification. Each and every modification the soul is always present there. Only thing is that we have to accept it and we have to identify it. Okay. So it is not that something we have to bring the soul from somewhere. It is always available in our modification. Every new modification, there is a scope to realize yourself, because in every modification, the soul is giving you a glimpse. Okay. Only you have to identify it and say that I am this. Okay. So our soul will be realized in our present modification only, nowhere else. Okay. So that is what it means within yourself. Okay. Within ourself means there are three parts: substance, attributes, and modification. So the realization happens in the modification and not in the substance and not in the attributes, because substance says that I am pure from the beginning itself. I don't want to become pure because I am pure from the beginning itself. Okay. So the pure soul is remained always pure. Even when we went to one sensed being like Nigod, the smallest one sensed being, okay, that is called Nigod. There also the soul was eternally pure. Never impurity sets in the pure soul. Okay. So by nature, soul is always pure. So soul doesn't need any realization. Okay. But the modification, the realization happens in the modification. Impurity is there in the modification. So impurity has to be destroyed and the purity has to be manifested. Everything takes place in the modification. Okay. Which is self-contained and eternally apart from all that is not itself. So we have two categories only, self and non-self. So apart from self, everything falls into the non-self category. Okay. Body is also non-self. The toxic emotions, the passions, auspicious, inauspicious sentiments, all are non-self. Apart from me, everything else is non-self. Okay. Even the modification also get into the category of non-self. Okay. So I am the pure self. To fulfill this purpose, various topics have been included in this text. The composition of the scriptures was done for the detail-oriented distinguished disciples, as is clear from the following statement of Acharya Jaisen. Atha means now, focusing on the elucidation. Elucidation means pratipadan, okay, exposition, okay. Now focusing on the exposition or elucidation of the pure supreme soul element, Shuddh Parmatam Tattva, Sri Kunkun Acharya's Sem7 Prabhrut, okay, Prabhrut, okay. Scripture has been created for the guidance of the disciples who are deeply interested in understanding this subject in detail. While explaining the derivation of the name of this scripture, Acharya Jaisen clarifies the intended subject matter in the following manner. Samay Prabhutam, Samay Aya Buddha, where it is, okay. Okay. One who has the right knowledge means Samyak Gyan, okay, is self, Samay or Atma. So one who has the right knowledge is the self or Samay or Atma, okay. Or Samay refers to a unified movement in a singular form, okay. Samay refers to a unified movement in a singular form. Prabhrut signifies essence. So this is the first meaning of Prabhrut. You write down. Prabhrut signifies essence. This is the first meaning of Prabhrut. I'll be discussing 5 meanings of Prabhrut word. Okay. So Prabhat signifies essence, and essence refers to the pure state, pure soul. Okay. So one of the meaning of the Prabhat is essence, sar. Okay. And essence refers to the pure state. Thus, the pure state of the soul is called Samay Prabhat, attains unity with its inherent attributes and modes. Modes means modification. Or soul, Samay, itself is pure state, Prabhat. Hence, Samay Prabhat. Okay, this was the first meaning. Second, or Samay Prabhat can be understood as that which is excellently filled. So here starts the second meaning. Or Samay Prabhat can be understood as that which is excellently filled from all sides with supreme qualities, with comprehensive descriptions of all elements. Okay. So the third meaning comes from here, with comprehensive descriptions of all elements, free from contradiction between former and latter, between past and future. Okay, that is former or latter. So that was the third meaning. Now the fourth, it signifies, so here starts the fourth. It signifies a scripture in which the exposition of substances is free from contradictions and has a comprehensive description. In this scripture, Samay refers to the soul or the comprehensive description of all substance, and thus it is Samay Prabhat. Okay. So four meanings we have already covered. The fifth meaning, I think it is not here, but the preachings of the Tirthankar is also called Prabhrut. Okay. So Prabhrut means also the scripture. Okay. So that which is said by the Tirthankar, that is preached by the Tirthankar, in the form, we have got that in the form of Jinvani. So the scripture is also called Prabhut. So 5 meanings of Prabhut word. Okay. So if you note down all these, your understanding will be more sharp. Okay. Now, starting with new paragraph, we have to read. So Darshit ji, you read now.
Acharya Amarchandra, while explaining the derivation of the word samay, states, Samyata ekatvena yuga pajaniti gasti cheti nirkute, meaning one who has simultaneously knows all substances is samay. Alternatively, he further explains, meaning that which attains oneness with its own attributes and modifications, gun and paryay, is called samay. From the aforementioned etymologies, it is clear that the description of the soul in its pure state is samay prabhut, or the comprehensive analysis of the 9 tattvas, including soul, is what constitutes the samay sar. Since there is no contradiction between the two statements, the commonly used name Samay Sar for Samay Paut also states the same meaning. Therefore, both names are meaningful as they indicate the subject matter of the scripture. From the above discussion, it is clear that the primary objective of this text, authored by Kund, is to elucidate the pure nature of the soul. Therefore, from the perspective of the real viewpoint, Bhutat-nai, the text primarily describes the essence of the pure soul while explaining the Nav Tattvas. This is because only by recognizing the true nature of self, the means to attain it can be determined. The present composition is not a product of the author's own imagination, but is an exposition of the principles articulated by the omniscient beings, Kevalis, and masters of scriptural knowledge, Shuddh Kevalis. In this context, the author of the text, Acharya himself, writes, I shall describe the nature of soul, Samay, exactly as it was explained by the Shuddh Kevali. While delivering a discourse on this scripture, spiritually realized Saint Sri Kanji Swami, deeply moved by its grandeur, said, this Samaisa Shastra is the Agam of all Agams. It encapsulates the essence of millions of scriptures. It is the pillar of the Jina's teachings, the wish-fulfilling cow, the celestial wish-granting tree of a seeker. Each verse of the scripture originates from the self-experiences of the great ascetic souls swinging between the sixth or seventh spiritual stage of development, Gunasthan. The author of this scripture, Bhagwan Kun Acharya Dev, went to the scriptural assembly, Samasarn of the omniscient and passionless, Sri Srimad Bhagwan, Srimad, is this right?
Simandar.
Sri Srimandar Bhagwan in the Mahaviday Kshetra and stayed there for 8 days. This fact is absolutely true, is literally true, and irrefutably established. There is no room for even the slightest doubt. The teachings within this Samaisar, composed by that supremely benevolent Acharya Bhagwan, emerge from the formless sound, Omkar Dhwani, of the Tirthankar's Deva's divine discourse.
Stop.
Acharya,
Stop. So again come back to the part Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev. Yes. After Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev, while explaining the derivation of the word Samay, Samay is pure soul, okay, states Samay ekatve yuga panjandi gachati seti nirukti, meaning one who simultaneously knows all substance is Samay. Okay. So who knows simultaneously all substance? The omniscient, right? So omniscient is also another meaning of Samay. Alternatively, he further explains, meaning that which attains oneness with its own attributes and modification. Okay. The one which attains oneness with its own attributes and modification is called Samay. So Samay also we have got three meanings. Okay. From the aforementioned etymologies, what is this etymology, you know? Study of the origin, history and development of words. In Hindi, it is called Vyutpati, or the true meaning, the source. Okay, that is. So again, we come back to that. From the aforementioned etymologies, it is clear that the description of the soul in its pure state is Samay Prabhut. Okay. So if we go to see the meaning, so this meaning said that it is description of the soul in its pure state, or the comprehensive analysis of the 9 tattvas, including soul, is what constitutes the Samaisar. In pure meaning, Samay means pure soul and Sar means devoid of all 3 types of karmas. So we have no karma, that is quasi karma. We have material karma, that is dravya karma, and we have psychic karma, bhav karma. Okay. So when Samay means pure soul, Sar means devoid of 3 types of karmas: dravya karma, bhav karma, and no karma. Okay. So that is the meaning of Samay Sar. Since there is no contradiction between the 2 statements, the commonly used name Samay Sar for Samay Pahud, okay, also states the same meaning. Therefore, both names are meaningful as they indicate the subject matter of the scripture. So, Samay Sar or Samay Pahud is the same meaning. From the above from the above discussion, it is clear that the primary objective of this text authored by Kund is to elucidate the pure nature of the soul. So the whole scripture is dedicated to elucidate the pure nature of the soul, to explain the pure nature of the soul. Because if it is explained nicely, you will be able to realize it. Okay. So realization is something that's very easy, because we are not dependent on anybody. To realize ourselves, that activity could be done without help of anything other than my soul. Okay. I am the pure soul. You have to realize that much only, and that is quite possible for any rational being who has got mind. He can do that process. Even the subhuman state, lion, elephant, then Jatayu, the birds, in crocodile and fish, big fish, they are all right believers. Okay. So in Tiryan's Gati also, in subhuman state also, self-realization can happen. In the hellish state also, sub-realization can happen. And in the celestial beings also, the self-realization can happen. So self-realization happens in all the 4 states of existence. Only the condition is that he has to have mind. Without mind, you cannot self-realize. Okay. Therefore, from the perspective of the real viewpoint, Bhutarthane, Shuddhane, okay, whatever they say, it means number 8. The text primarily describes the essence of the pure soul. So wherever the pure soul is explained, is supposed to be the supreme pure point of view, supreme pure real point of view. Okay, supreme pure real point of view. 8 number. While explaining the Nav Tattvas, this is because, so when you know the Nav Tattvas from the real point of view, you realize yourself. Okay. And that is the right belief. When you know the 9 fundamental elements in the right sense, that is only the right belief. This is because only by recognizing the true nature of self, the means to attain can be determined. The means to attain it can be determined. Okay.
Sir,
The present,
Shamyata, you are told, no, omniscient also means Samay. Is it?
yeah.
Am I
Because
correct?
it was mentioned, no, ki the one who knows
Yeah.
everything.
That's no. I got I slipped. That's why. Thank you.
So Sasikala ji, these days have been changed for you only. Okay.
Oh,
So
yes,
you
sir,
have to be
some,
present. You have to be present every
No,
time.
see, sir, my luck. That lady has changed to Monday, sir. That language teacher.
Acha.
Instead of my luck, I with
So we
request
can
all
again change to Tuesday, Wednesday, because
Tuesday, Wednesday night, Thursday. Is it possible?
Thursday I have lined up another Gujarati course.
Acha. Because she has changed to Monday and Wednesday, sir. She has changed. Previously she had other day. Now she has changed. I know. I was about to speak to you. Somehow forgotten. Don't mistake me, please, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, but
क्या
you
करना
tell that
मेरे
lady,
को?
no. Just as you are telling here, you tell
Sir,
that
that
lady.
is big group, sir. Some 40 people group. That is
So you can
language.
always put a request. No, there is nothing harm, because this is also important for you, no?
Definitely, sir. Both I cannot, because I pulled for 2 years. Both,
So you can catch up that into recording, and this you attend live.
those people doesn't have a recording. Anyway, I will try to attend. But that I'm not. If I missed, I cannot follow. That is because that is language. No. Okay, sir. What to do?
So
I
you have
don't
to
know.
manage somehow. Okay. So if you
Because
tell us, we
sir,
can change.
Friday, are you free Friday?
Friday I am free. Friday I am free. Evening.
I will again put for a message, request our friends. I'll put a message.
But
Sorry,
what you
friends.
can do, you first check with that lady first.
Ah,
Okay.
ah, ah,
Request that lady. If she
ah,
agrees, okay. Otherwise, next week we will see.
ah. Thank you, sir. Anyway, I'm very particular to complete this and that also. This semester only I got into conflict. All the 2 years I was managing
Hmm.
because different date. They had a daytime. Now these people are doing online. No, that's a problem. Okay,
Hmm.
sir. Sorry, disturbance.
No problem. But you tell that lady that
हाँ
see, this
रिक्वेस्ट
is
करती हूँ सर
you can
जरूर
put
करती
in no genuine. This is a genuine reason. Okay. Okay. So we will see how it goes. Okay. The present composition is not a product of the author's own imagination. So here again, Acharya Kunkundev says that I have not written this scripture on my own imagination, but is an exposition of the principles articulated by the omniscient being, Kevlis, and masters of scriptural knowledge, Srut Kevlis. So what is the difference between Kevlis and Srut Kevlis? Can anyone tell me?
Can I try?
Yeah.
Sudhakevali is all the 14, 14 angas, that all the 12, that's
Yes, yes.
12
Dvatsang.
angam
Dvatsang.
and
Dvatsang.
Dwadasang and all this. They know from, even from one word, they can read all the Sudhaskanam. Kevali means
Omniscient being.
omniscient.
Okay, good. So omniscient being is Kevli, and Srut Kevli has got two conditions. First is they should know the 12 angas, Dvatsang. The whole content of Jinvani is Dvatsang. Okay. So Srut Kevlis are those monks who know the whole Dvatsang. And the second condition is it could be a celestial being also, because the second condition is he should be a right believer. Okay. So two conditions. One, he should be a right believer, and the other, he should also be knowing the whole scriptures, Dvatsang. Okay. So there are some celestial beings like Lokantik Dev. They have these two qualities. So it is not the monk only that are Srut Kevlis, but also the celestial beings who are of that category called Lokantik Dev. Okay. So they are in the upper swargs only, upper heavens only. And
Fifth at the end, Brahmaloka, Baju mein.
So they are also Srut Kevlis. Okay. So Srut Kevli.
Sir, one, I will add, sir, while Tirthankar is going to take Diksha, no, they will come and that time, as they will be coming down, because they know it is going to have that time, just they will, as a Nimit, they will be there at the time of taking Diksha.
Who? This
That,
Lokantik Dev?
the Laukantika Devas.
So Lokantik Devas do come when there is a Tirthankar's birth takes
Yeah,
place.
Parinishravana, that the Diksha time.
Yeah. So then
Sir,
there
this
is
is the first time I'm knowing, sir. The Laukantika, they were also Sudhakevali.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So in this context, the author of the text, Acharya himself writes, I shall describe the nature of soul exactly as it was explained by the Srut Kevli. So when the Kevlis were not there, then there were Srut Kevlis. Then with the passage of time, this is deteriorating time, so Srut Kevlis also became extinct. Okay. Then we were only having Jinwani. And then the Acharyas came, and in that lineage, we are having this Jinwani. Okay. So here Kunkund Acharya says that I am not saying anything from my own imagination. I am saying what I have known from the Kevlis and the Srut Kevlis, and that which has come to me. Okay. While delivering a discourse on the scripture, spiritually realized Saint Kanji Swami, Sri Kanji Swami, deeply moved by its grandeur, said, this Samaisar Shastra is the Agam of all Agams. It encapsulates the essence of millions of scripture. Just imagine, is the Agam of all Agams. We say, na, mother of everything. So this is called Granthadi Raj, king of all the scriptures. Okay, Samaisar. And it encapsulates the essence of millions of scriptures. It is the pillar of the Jina's teachings. Because once people understand this Samaisar, they realize themselves. Okay. So it's the pillar of Jina's teaching. the wish fulfilling cow. So there is a cow by the name of Kamdenu. If you go and wish anything, you get it. And similarly, there is a celestial wish granting tree, Kalpavriksha, of a seeker. Okay, so this Samaysar for the seeker is just like a Kalpavriksha. Whatever you wish, you get it. And like a cow, Kamdenu, whatever you wish, you get it. Okay, so Samaysar for seekers. If the seeker studies Samaysar properly, he gets all the happiness that he wants. Okay. Each words of the scripture originates from the self experiences of the great ascetic souls swinging between the 6th or the 7th spiritual stage of development. So this has been written by monk Kunkundachardev, and he was oscillating between the 6th and the 7th spiritual stage of development, okay, all the time. By the time he was writing, and then suddenly he went into pure state. Again he came back and again started writing. So this is how the scriptures are written. Okay. The author of this scripture, Bhagwan Kunkund Acharya Dev, went to the spiritual assembly, holy assembly, Samosaran of the omniscient and passionless Tirthankar Sri Simandar Paramatma. Okay. Bhagwan in the Mahavidesh Kshetra and stayed there for 8 days. This fact is absolutely true, is literally true, and irrefutably established. There is no room for even the slightest doubt. There are many, you can say, what you call artifacts and shilas where this has been written, okay, by different acharyas. So this is a fact. The teachings within this Samays are composed by that supremely benevolent Acharya Bhagwan emerge from the formless sound Omkar Dhvani of the Tirthankar Deva's divine discourse. Okay, so up to this we keep for today. Time is also over, and tomorrow we will continue from here. Okay, so this is lecture number 19. Okay, so
Sir, one question.
yes,
It
yes,
just
yes.
came in my mind right now.
Mhm.
So it's not related to this, but the time cycle. So this is the fifth era,
Yes,
then the sixth era,
right.
then the first era. So it
No,
will
then not first era. Again,
then
it will be a repetition. Sixth,
fifth,
Again,
fifth, fourth,
fourth.
third,
Okay,
2, 1.
okay, okay.
So again, when the
Yeah.
fourth era will come, there will
Huh.
be Tirthankar, there will be Jain religion.
Okay.
So in the sixth era, there will not be any Jain religion. In the reverse sixth era, no religion. In the fifth era, no religion. Fourth era, it will start.
Okay. Understood.
And that will be not deteriorating time, but improvement time. Age will increase, the
Avasarpani.
Utsarpani.
Utsarpani.
Utsarpani. Ascending time, it will be ascending time. Okay, so everything will become good. Now we are in descending time. Just imagine that in the fifth era of this descending time cycle, we are so fortunate to have access to this kind of scriptures, which has been written 2000 years ago. And by reading the scriptures, you can connect to yourself. Okay, so we are very fortunate. Just make the most of this opportunity. That is what I have to say. Okay. निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है. 9 times नमोकार मंत्र.